Hello and welcome to Royal Mystic Collective Wisdom. In this episode, we're going to expand from last week, where I gave an introduction on chakras and talked about the locations and basic information about what they are and how they relate to our physical body. So we're going to talk about the root chakra today, and that's considered the number one chakra, the foundation chakra, if you will. It's the energy of where literally, if we were a tree, that's where our roots would be planted. The energy that goes from our root chakra is the connection to the earth and helps us to have the connection to Mother Gaia. It extends to our feet and allows us to stand in the grass and really feel the earth. So the actual center of that chakra is believed to be located between the perineum and the end of your spinal column, which would be your little tailbone, our little non-functional tail that has gone away. So having the energy, let's understand what that is first. So it is not something that is measurable or examinable, but it's definitely something you can feel when it's not functioning correctly. And it's more like, instead of thinking of Edison's light bulb as all the filament and all of that conducts the energy, it is the energy itself, like electricity, but is our own energy that is transformed through our physical body and into and out of the universe. So having the energy of that moving, and think of it like a swirling little galaxy of its own thing, it is sort of the driving force. It is the place where we feel strength and our certainty of our self-esteem and our ability to be creative without fear. That's the beautiful energy of that connection of the root chakra. So there are exercises you can do to make it stronger and allow yourself to reconnect or connect in a more meaningful way, consciously connect, intentionally connect, and be in that place of fully flowing in your root chakra. So you can always understand how it can get thrown off if you can think of it like your circuit breakers in your house or a fuse box. If the energy is running too low and other energy centers, the other chakras, start to pull too much from it, they may flip off. It may flip off, just whatever. You have to replace a circuit or reset it. It's the same thing. It's an energy flow. And the process is in my mind, that's how I see it. So thinking of it in that way, knowing that when it gets thrown off, that you have to, sit down and flip the switch and get yourself set up again. One of the ways to understand it is to understand what's wrong, or when it goes wrong, how it feels. So we'll talk briefly about some of the things you can expect if you get disconnected. Now, it is your absolute foundation for your safety, your survival, your connection to the earth, and it allows you to let go of fear and to be able to trust yourself, trust the universe. And if you are out of balance with that, confusion happens, being afraid, overly sensitive to fear, and not being able to discern what you should be afraid of, just reacting and being in a very reactionary state. There's an inability to trust, and everything you start to do is fear will encompass you. It is that energy of feeling like there is no safe place, right? And some of the things that are common as ailments with an imbalanced root chakra are anxiety, panic attacks, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, allergies, autoimmune disorders, inability to lose weight, because when you're in fear mind, you also in the place where you want to just you want to eat everything because you feel like there's nothing, there may not be food tomorrow, and that's one of our coping mechanisms. And when you're in balance, you feel very safe. You can take chances, like change jobs, do things in your life, grow in a business and expand, and allow yourself to identify fully with who you are and what you want. That's when you're in balance. So the other things I was talking about being out of balance allow you to catch yourself and go, oh, okay, that's the root chakra. Now fear can be connected to a lot of different ones, but that one is the one where you feel like just on a basic level that you just can't function, and you feel like everything is just not safe. And it is that energy of a feeling that you don't really feel stable. If you ever hear anybody say, I don't even know where to begin. I just feel like I don't really have a connection. If they feel very disconnected or they don't feel like they fit in, that's another thing. Feeling like everybody is different than you, and not being able to really identify yourself as anyone else, like as part of a group, and feeling very isolated. So here are some of the things you can do to reset that and cause the connection to grab on again and start to be in a place where you're held in protection. So one of those things is walking barefoot outdoors or standing barefoot outdoors. And when I say outdoors, I mean in the sand, in the dirt, in the grass. You want to touch the earth. And that's where the thing I talked about earlier about you being able to extend your root chakra to your feet, because it does go into the feet, and you can then connect to the source, which is through Mother Gaia, because the earth has electricity too. So everything has magnetics and electricity and all this wonderful energy, vitality moving around. And that's all we have to do is connect. So planting your feet, it's called grounding, planting your feet or sitting in a chair and putting your feet on the ground. Visualize that you have electric energy roots of a tree extending from the base of your spine or from your feet down into the earth. And just allow yourself to anchor and secure yourself through that visualization. And you can also use a yoga pose called Standing Mountain for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, you may wonder, well, why are we talking about all this chakra stuff? This is supposed to be spiritual, blah, blah, blah. This is supposed to be tarot. This is supposed to be woo-woo magic stuff. Well, your chakras are part of the energy that you pull from when you're doing all those other things. And they are ancient. You can't take a picture of them. They're not yet anyway. You can't get an x-ray of them, but they do exist. And it is very easy to align them because all you have to do is focus your intention and do some visualizations like standing, putting your energy roots into the ground. So if you're a Royal Mystic Vibe Triber, we have a daily meditation that we do that we activate and clear the chakras. And so we've been doing this for several years now and allowing ourselves to really just be in alignment, because it's an everyday thing. That's what you have to understand. You're not just going to be a one and done. You've reset. Okay, we're all good. Everything's great. No, life happens, and then we get misaligned again because something throws us out of balance. It is a continuous thing. So when you stand in the energy of really aligning your root chakra, and you allow yourself to ignite that energy, because it is a very powerful driving force within you. You'll notice that you're going to want to do things. You'll feel very active, and you'll want to, get up and rearrange the living room, or all of a sudden you decide it's one day too long, that closet has to be cleaned out. Whatever it is that you've been kind of procrastinating on or feeling low vibrations on, you are now going to be able to do those kinds of things. And it will be sort of a purging and clearing, because the root chakra is all about having everything in balance and everything together. Now, when you have the root chakra energy, remember the color associated with it is red. Think of it like the fire within, right? The volcano, that lower energy. That's why it's closer. That's how I visualize it anyway. That's why it's closer to the base, because that's the volcanic energy comes from within. That's that storehouse of energy and strength. And allow yourself to really understand that having that and keeping it aligned is like feeding the flame within yourself, the flame, the passion of life, the power of life, and being able to move in that energy. And when you do that, you actually really get good at being in the habit of allowing yourself to focus and get centered. Yoga is very important for people who want to align, because the poses literally line you up, and there's a lot of focus on the chakras. So if you're looking for an active way to do it, yoga is very much a huge therapeutic energy for aligning your chakras and physical alignment as well. So allowing yourself to move in that energy will benefit you more than you ever know. And as you move up the tree, the chakras, up the body, the center of your spine, then you'll be able to move from each one. But starting with that root chakra is the main one, because that's like the foundation of a house. Nothing else can stand correctly without that being one of the first things you align. And it's part of who you are. These alignments it's the subtle energy, the subtle body, the energetic side of yourself that also send the information or help the information from all the nervous system energy to be able to transmit cohesively to your brain and to the rest of your body, to send out all the different chemicals that we manufacture within ourselves. We are an amazing work of, I don't even know, it's not even a work of art, it's a work of just astounding capacity within our physical body, that if we don't have it aligned, and it's just like having a bad tire, really 3 great tires and 1 tire that has a bubble on it. How does your car drive? Like crap, right? So we want to make sure, we want to have everything aligned. And even if there's 4 good tires and one's thrown off a little because you hit a curve, then it misaligns that. So it's the same principle. Everything in our lives goes much smoother when everything is aligned. So allow yourself to really sit in the energy of your root chakra, which is, just think of it like the size of a softball or a grapefruit, and it's right in the area of your abdomen, between your navel and your actual seat bones, and be able to sit and just concentrate on the glowing light and connecting to Mother Earth. Now, if you're sitting on the ground, you're sitting right on that chakra, and that's your straight connection. So allow yourself to just draw the energy from the earth and be in a place of relax and allow, and let yourself really put your effort into causing some alignment within your physical body, and that allows that subtle body to open up and become aligned. And as you do that, your physical body will improve, your mental state will improve, you will feel less like you're frantic and going every different direction. It is a very wonderful alignment when you get that root chakra first. That's like the keystone. It's the cornerstone of all of them. So get that right. And by next week, we'll be talking about the sacral chakra, which is right above the root chakra, and allow yourself to really get in the energy of that. So having your root chakra aligned, it's like stacking up dominoes. The balance has to be right. Everything has to be aligned and actually put in its proper place, or it just all comes crashing down. So having the energy of the root chakra in place is the most important thing that we'll do first. And just remember, if you want to help with food, you would eat purple cabbage, beets. I love pickled beets. I'm a pickled beet fiend. I think my grandpa got me hooked on those when I was young. He lived on a farm and they had all kinds of stuff. They used to can and pickle stuff. So I love pickled beets. And then they said, what else? Plums, anything red grapes, tomatoes, anything that you can enjoy, even red peppers, things like that, the color red. So having that inner alignment, it's subtle. It at first you may not really be able to appreciate it, but it does align quickly. And once that quickness happens, then the rest of it kind of falls in place. It's like pulling out a blockage or a thorn, just kind of lets everything else kind of reset. So I hope I haven't rambled on too crazily about this. I really debated on doing the root chakras separately because I know I ran through them last week, and I wanted to give you a little more information specifically on each one. And you also want to be in a place where you allow yourself to have permission for however it's going to happen. Everybody has different ways of doing things. So don't worry about doing it wrong. The most important thing is that you do. This is a chakra that develops up to the age of 7. So between our first year and our 7th year, our root chakra is really taking form and it's setting itself up. So if you had a hard time in your life at that time period, that can be something that a trauma that you have to heal and allow and bring that healing light to it. So I recommend, if you're doing that kind of thing, is to bring the light in like a ball of white light, or straight down the spine, breathing in from your crown chakra and pulling it into your root chakra, which is literally, as when I say seat bones, it is the bones that dig into the chair and you start to hurt when you sit in one place too long, like at a football game or something. So that's right there. That's the root chakra. So allow yourself to really focus on that area and bringing that warm, wonderful glow of healing and love and light and grounded energy, and really send yourself the message that you are reconnecting, you are resetting, and all traumas, all pain, all illness and disease are being released and removed as you release what no longer serves you, and you allow yourself to come to a full healing and reset whatever needs to be reset. That meditation works fabulously, and yoga is the bomb diggity for it. So allow yourself to really seek out, for your own level. Everybody's on their own different thing. Especially if you've had a trauma or were sick as a child a lot during that time between 1 and 7 years old, really work to get that done. And if whatever you choose to do will be the right thing. So don't worry about that. And just know it is part of, there's this, like just a little powerhouse within yourself. And once you get it up and going, you'll feel different. You'll know it's happening because you'll feel different, and you'll even be thinking differently because you're coming from a different place and you're not coming from a place of fear. Once you break the cycle of that, it's just a habit we have to break, and a new understanding. So part of that is when we are between 1 and 7 years old, if that's when our foundation is set and we're not given the correct information, or we're in a place where we have a trauma happening, then that whole foundation is flawed. So the good news is you don't have to bust it apart and do anything and redo it. You just have to reset it with your energy and your intention. So I hope this helps, and I want to send you away with a blessing as we move forward. I send you home with love and light, peace, happiness, joy, prosperity, abundance, divine healing, health, and happiness, and more than you could ever ask or think, in blessings raining down on you as you go into this beautiful day. Thank you so much for being part of this, and I send you all the healing and realignment energy that you need to bring yourself back to a place of stability and security. Namaste, my friends.